useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
Greetings. I must say I'm impressed by your intuition, sir. I trust you are enjoying your sojourn in our fair village. If you have any questions, ask away. I should be glad to aid you. Arthur, you say? I've lived in this village many a year, but I can't say I've heard of someone by that name. My apologies. Is there aught else you care to ask? You're curious what I know of you? Quite a bit. Naturally, I'm not the only one. Our village has its own network of spies and informants, you see. You're the second arisen to come to Vermont. And you've allied yourself with Captain... In response, she's... Oops. I mustn't say another word. Don't misunderstand. Those who deal in information must ne'er align themselves with a particular power. Such is our village. Is there aught else you care to ask? If aught about our humble village seems... For 'tis here that thieves are instructed in the skills they require. To begin with, those who wander into the village are evaluated. Of course, you are no exception. Which is to say, you have my approval as the Thiefmeister. Is there aught else you care to ask? Aye. Take care then. You, sir, are worthy of inheriting my ultimate technique. Once mastered, 'twill allow you to fell all foes, both minuscule and mighty.
Do you know how long you'll be? I only asked so that I might adopt the most effective style.
You made it after all. Guess that means I win. Oi, you lot...
Dear me.
Huzzah!
You're the one then? Fine.
You didn't disappoint, did you? You've done well. Seems only fair I answer any questions weighing on you. What can I say? Not many people bother with this place. Luckily for me, you were different. Knew I was right to bet in favor of the Arisen. Anyway, most visitors get fooled into going up to the manor. We send them packing with a trifle, and if they don't question it, good riddance. Anyone that complacent has got no business being a thief. We only train the rare few who make it here. Some might go so far as to say that the entire village was built around this spot. That all you wanted to ask? Figures you'd want to know about him. We're supposed to be neutral. Ordinarily, I wouldn't say a word, but I suppose I can tell you, the situation being what his real name is Dara. But he's been exiled. We had no choice, see? After he went off to play the false Arisen, we're men and women of shadow. Center stage isn't our place to stand. That's why he was cast out. He'll ne'er be part of our village again. That all you wanted to ask? For all this, Dara was in line to become the next thief maester, but he failed. Took a massive injury to the chest, so the title fell to me. That's when he went off, saying he used the scar in his chest to pose as the... And what a scheme that turned out to be, eh? Still, you'd have a hard time proving that he's not who he says he is. But we can't have him thinking that he gets to go off and enjoy a peaceful life in a lap of luck. Methinks he needs something to remind him of the debt he owes us. Here. That all you wanted to ask? Aye. Till next time, then. Now, as to the Maester's teaching, not sure you'll be able to use it to its fullest potential.
Always sets me to thinking, this place.
So this is where you were, Master. I searched high and low for you.
Do take care not to stray so far next time.
No doubt you're dazzled by my charm.
I knew not what to think when we first arrived here. All those stairs struck me as rather sinister.
Indeed. All the while, 'twas a training ground for thieves. Eves of prodigious talent. We seem to have arrived without issue, but are we safe here?
Trade favors them. Well met. Our soldiers need better training.
This isn't much to go on.
I've been on my feet all day.
I don't know what to do.
What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious, I wanted to get them a present to say thank you. And I thought a bunch of flowers would... The problem is, do you think you could help me? All I need for true. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest... Hoy Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers or... Oh, just look at them. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet. All you have to do is find a silver stone. Put it under your pillow. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me for true? And I'll be waiting. Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. They're hard to find, aren't
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
This place now fails to calm my spirit.
Might you consider lightening your pack, Master?
If you feel overburdened, mayhap I could carry some things for you.
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
I'll get you, bloody!
If you ask me again, I'll claw out his eyes.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
Arms, arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortunes... Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance, you see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has got... Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to...
Gathering clues will be essential to our success in this matter.
Right you are.
Might I beg but a moment of... Chaos in the world begins with chaos of the... Chaos in the world
At once, Master.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll go away.
Say, if I were you, I'd pay a visit to the jail next, if you haven't already. The place is full of unsavory characters, as I should know. I was a monk.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair. I wonder what it was Malcolm found. Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered. Maybe he was hoping to find something shiny among the rubble.
Is it true you're the Arisen? Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The fella Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
Oh, what does this say?
Shall we take a closer look?
Oh, I can't find a silver... They're hard to find, aren't they?
Mayhap if I hang about, someone will buy all. The safer the roads, the...
Don't bother talking to me.
Where could Malcolm have gotten off to? Perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them.
Maybe he was hoping to find some...
Suppose you're all right.
Best be heading home.
This place offers a view of the sea.
I imagine we would not escape a plunge into the water's depths.
Have you need of me?
What's your business with me?
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Interested in my wares?
'Tis a chest. I shall take a look inside. Come to think of it, was there not another task we were to see to somewhere nearby?
When the mind is split, the heart must lead. Oh, so I've learned.
I wonder what it was.
I must pray for guidance. Who might have the answers we need? Should we ask around? I've a rough idea of where our destination lies. Shall I show you there, Master?
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
Could you come over here? I shall lead us to our destination, so do try not to rush ahead.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
I know precisely when a curative is needed, Master. You'll never fall in battle so long as I'm around.
What am I supposed to do?
Marriage isn't what it's chalked up to be.
I've no...
I am attentive and loyal, and prefer to remain by your...
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox. Now, that's not so strange, and rightly so, as it turned out to be a young boy. The resemblance was so uncanny, I mistook it. Gave me a right shock, let me tell you. Odd to think a young note their faces may match, but the lives they lead are as different as night and day. Aye. Oh, I can't complain. Looks like we've both got some time on our hands.
Something's... What brings you here?
You best watch yourself.
Don't bother talking.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming, but ox carts don't run so...
This isn't a place I'd like to find good conversation. I'm a tad busy at the moment.
A reward for our efforts. I expect Captain Brant will know how to put what we've gleaned to good use. Huzzah! We must inform Captain Brant at once. A person of import, I take it. Very well. I will lead the way.
Hail, friend. Have you a spare? I've an eye for people, and I'm in a bit of a quandary, you see. I'm to be gone for a week, with no one slated to mind the house in my stead. Fear not. I only ask your name to list as a tenant. You needn't bother yourself. I'd be much obliged if you'd simply sound appealing? Then come on by and have a look-see. I've taken the liberty of marking the location on your...
Pray. Hey, follow me. I know the way, so there's no chance of our getting lost.
We're here, Master.
Caught you! You'll be all right now.
You've come. So, what say you? Would you care to live here in my absence? As I've said, you needn't. Many thanks, friend. I knew I could count on you.
We will find much better rest in an abode than out in the elements, methinks. Let us make good use of it while we can.
You have my support.
Twould be a wasted opportunity not to make our delivery while we're here.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
'Tis no great shock to me.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Oh, just look how it... Say, aren't you curious? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father, I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the gracious hand, of course. But I want to tell them how grateful I... Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hi, Arisen. You'll help me...
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
I quite agree.
Such quietude is a blessing. 2-0.
We've arrived, but not so our quarry. Can it be we've mistaken the hour of our meeting?
I'm not sure we're making any progress here. We might want to remind ourselves of the particulars of our task.
Welcome. Our previous take opportunities as they come, I say.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that you... There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Have you divined aught of the false sovereign, your Majesty? This appears to be a bill calling for the arrest of a man named Dara. But hold a moment. Does this man's countenance not bear an... I see. If your Majesty is certain that the two are one and the same, then I am convinced that... but of course. I surmise your Majesty intends to post the bill. A clever plan. The Queen Regent will be forced to deny any connection to our new sovereign, yet will be unable to remove the bill from the... Furthermore, it will serve as an attestation to Dara's existence, which shall remain an undeniable truth, and all the while, the doubts lurking in the hearts of the citizen. A clever ploy indeed. I've no doubt that this bill will prove its worth in due course. You have my gratitude, your Majesty.
That thief maesters are capable.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty...
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as Arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true Arisen. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's prey, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform you.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact?
There is much we ought to tend to. If a place with books likely Kendrick of the gracious hand, is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Pray. Is there aught else you would speak of, your Majesty? Do not forget that we worked...
Are you in the market for something in particular? Do come again.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to...
What brings you here?
Well met, son. How might I be of service? Welcome to... And quality's what you need if you want to survive. So if we... Check the price. Remember. Misers die early. Deaths. Hope to see you again. How might I be of service?
A treasure chest! Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Can't say I've any time.
Have you business with the guild, sir? I should be glad to assist you.
Always a pleasure.
Good evening, sir. I trust you fared all right on the roads? Despite the hour, you know where to find.
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.